When you start practicing this hip drill in your golf swing, your ball striking is going to improve immediately. Want to know more? Keep watching. What I love about the pros golf swings is they always seem to get that amazing external rotation in their hips. So their hips are like this. They always get in this like this squat position with both hips, the lead and the trail hip are sort of moving out like this. Something that Tiger was famous for. You may have heard of the Sneed squat. It's something that all the best players do, but very few amateurs do. So this drill is going to train you to do this move, and the results you get will be phenomenal. So really important, as I show you this drill right now, that you watch through to the end of this video, because I'm not only going to show you the drill first up, but I want to talk about why this is incredibly powerful and will help your game. So you need to know what it's going to do for your game rather than just doing the drill because I told you so. So let's have a look at this drill. So all you're going to need to do this hip drill is an alignment stick. Now these are extremely cheap. You can get these from a local sporting goods store or a golf shop. Shouldn't cost you more than a few dollars. They are a great training tool, help you in so many areas of your golf game. So I want you to stick it through your belt loops so you've got equal distance on either side. There should be roughly about, I don't know, 1.5 feet on either side. Now what I want you to do, and the idea of this is to really train how your hips are moving and how it ties in with your upper body in the golf swing. See, with most golfers I see, by far the biggest problem is this right leg pushing out like this in the downswing. It feels powerful, and I know I've done it myself. It feels extremely powerful, but if you look at the pros, most of them, they do the exact opposite. Because what happens when you drive that hip forward, if I was to do this, and this is where this alignment rod comes in so handy, you'll see your arms get stuck here, and invariably you have to do some sort of flipping motion to get through to the golf ball. So for you watching this, this is what I want you to do with this drill. Set up to a ball. You don't have to hit shots doing this. In fact, I'd recommend you don't, because if you don't get it right, this can be quite painful. So as you make your backswing, as you start down, I want you to rotate these hips, and I'm going to explain it in more detail in just a moment. And I want you to get that club falling in front of the alignment stick before impact. Now, with most of you watching this, I can almost guarantee at some stage in your golfing life, you've been doing this. You've been lifting that foot up and driving that hip forward like that. So the feel I want you to do is the exact opposite. So I don't want you to focus on your right leg. I want you to focus on your lead leg or your left leg for a right-hander. Lefties just switch it around. What I want you to do as you make your downswing, I want you to feel like this lead leg moves back. Forget about the right leg. It'll move correctly as long as you get this lead leg moving correctly. I want it moving back. Now, and I'll explain in a moment why I want you to do this and why it's so powerful. Let's get over one here, and I want you to practice this with me with that same feel. Let's get over one here. So as we go to the top, all I'm going to focus on is that lead hip going back. Okay? You can see here I've missed this alignment rod, and the club has come through in front of me through to impact. Now, the huge benefit of doing this is, one, gives you space. And what I'm talking about space is, if I get that lead hip going backwards, like this, I've got all this space from here to the ball. The more space you have, the easier it is to shallow the club, and the more room you've got to rotate everything through to impact. If I do the opposite, I lift up like that, move the hips towards the ball, I'm limiting that space. The club's got to come in steep, handle high. That's where you get these over the top, these steep downswings, which cause so many problems. So as you get up here, once you pull that lead hip back, giving you that space that you need to then rotate through to impact. So the other thing it does, as I briefly mentioned, is it helps you keep those arms in front of the body. If I do the opposite and drive up, my hands get behind me, then you've got that flipping motion. But if I pull the lead hip back like that, all of a sudden my hands are right in front of me here, club's in front of me, and I can rotate through the impact, I can still maintain a great lag angle. I can compress the ball. As long as you keep rotating, you can get to a great impact position. This is the same principle, not just for irons, driver, hybrids, exactly the same. Now, I want to make one thing really clear. There is some lateral movement in this downswing of the hips. I'm not just talking about just rotating like this, which can, as you can see there, can result in a spinning action. There's got to be some lateral movement towards the target. So if I go here, there's a little bit, I've spoken about this in another video, there's a little sort of 1 or 2 inch sort of move forward. And then we're rotating this lead hip going back and behind you. Now, I know what you're saying. What about golfers like Justin Thomas, Lexi Thompson, Bubba Watson? They're all well renowned for getting up onto their toe, particularly Lexi Thompson, if you see on the ladies tour, she gets off both her feet like that. But the thing that these pro golfers do, and obviously they're extremely talented, a lot more talented than us, or else we'd be on tour, when they get onto their right foot, they're still pushing their pelvis, their butt back like that. So they have the ability, and they've actually gained hip depth in their backswing. So if they're set up like this, they're actually gaining hip depth. Their hips are moving back at the start, and that gives them a little bit of leeway, if you like, as they start through. But they're still pushing those hips back. They're still getting that lead hip back like that, even though they're up on their toes. So it's important to know. I watched a video of Tiger Woods not that long ago on social media, and I'll just get rid of this. And it was quite incredible, and you'd expect nothing else from Tiger. But as he set up to the ball, as he went back, if I was to draw a line down there, he actually gained hip depth on the way back here. Then on the downswing, his left hip, the one I've been talking about in this video, he pushed it back so far, it actually broke that line he started with. And it's just incredible. He had all this space to swing the club through, all the space in the world to rotate through and hit the golf ball solid. Now, I know you're saying, oh, Tiger's doing that, but you can absolutely do this yourself. Doesn't matter if you have no flexibility, you can't make a full swing, play off a high handicap. If you practice this drill with the alignment rod, any golfer, I've seen many golfers do this, you are capable of pulling that lead hip back on that downswing. You're capable of doing this, absolutely, pulling it back. I'm going to show you some pro videos that will show you them doing this exact same move. It's simple, it's easy. If you've been practicing with me right now, you can see how easy it is. It will feel a bit different because you need to feel a little bit more pressure into your heels. Feel a little bit more pressure, especially in that downswing. Feel a bit more pressure in the heels as you get the clubs through to impact. Now, to help you out even further with your golf swing, this video here and this video here, they're going to be going into more detail about the left shoulder in the golf swing. And this is important because when you tie in a great left shoulder move with this lead hip, you're going to be making some fantastic golf swings and playing awesome golf. I'll see you soon.